All right. There you go. 7 o'clock in the morning. Good morning to all the persons catching the early morning JOB on to get there safely and all that. So good. So which one we have this morning, fellas? So I couldn't afford it. You afford it. How we doing this?
Everybody
Backstory.
dreams of figure England.
My dream of go back way. Back some land. So what is the story? Somebody give it, just in case anybody now
Well,
just joining us, give a recap on what
we kind of hinted at it for months now. Of a potential something weird that maybe has occurred in Beckway as relates to land transfer or purchasing. And the MP for South Central Wynwood, Andrew John, who is also the Minister of Housing and Lands, has made a statement in Parliament that has kind of waked up the ants a little bit on this one.
Central Wynwood or
is it South Central Wynwood?
Yeah.
Yeah. The South Wynwood is
South Wynwood, yeah.
The South Wynwood, yeah. South Wynwood. Okay. And it's begging the question again as to whether anything weird has occurred. Well, you have the video?
Yeah.
Let me hear what he said. It's short, but
I'm surprised that the 25 acres of land, 95 acres of land. I'm surprised that our country couldn't get hold of that amount of land. I was told again that it was deemed to be too expensive. Yet one man could afford it and the country can't afford it. How is that possible? I'm surprised that it.
how is that possible?
Easy. You
just have to have more money than the country.
Do you have the letter written by the government?
And trying to the accurate. You have it? Yeah. Okay. Give me a read this, somebody. Yeah. Read it.
All right. So this is in relation to, is it the same 95 acres? Who knows? It's addressed to Mr. Errol Lane. It comes from the Prime Minister. It's I have been advised that your client, Miss.
It says Dear Errol, right? It's very,
yes, Dear Errol.
It's very familiar. Yeah.
No, it says Mr. Errol Lane. So
no, but in handwriting you see Dear Errol.
That's what that says?
Yeah.
Well, true. Your handwriting is worse. I have been advised that your client, Miss Carol, the beneficial owner of 95 acres of land at Spring Beckway, has decided to sell these lands. The government of St. Vincent and Grenadines is interested in purchasing / acquiring these lands at a fair and reasonable price. Accordingly, the government of St. Vincent and Grenadines is humbly requesting that you provide as soon as practicable all relevant information on the lands, including possible sale price, title, conditions of sale. I urge that you please indicate to Ms. and any other prospective purchaser that the government of SVG has a national interest in developing the lands. All the best to you and your family. I urge that you indicate to and any other prospective purchaser.
So basically warning them off selling it to anybody else.
Because even if you sell it to them, we can turn around and acquire it.
So tell them there's no point because the government
will come and take
one way or the other. We're going to take it, right?
We're going to purchase it. Acquire it.
You know what I find weird in that is that the government has been selling off lands in Beckway to fund things like the airport and maybe the port, the new port.
Really?
Yeah, I mean that was part of their strategy to fund the airport. So why would they now be in the business of buying land? And what is the national importance? What was the national development that they were talking about? Because they never presented that to the population. Surely the project that we heard Storm talk about, surely that's not of national importance. That's
separate and
that's a private thing, and I'm guessing due consideration would be given by the government to a big private project.
But not for them to acquire land.
Why would you suggest that? Is it in fact the same land? I mean, the coincidence seems high, but is it the same land?
I guess everybody in Beckwith splits the land in 95 acres.
Everybody splits their land down into 95 acres. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, the inference is, the
could-
implication
it
is
could be the
that
same
is
land.
that it's the same land.
But
Which then, if that is the case, that opens a whole ant's nest of
if that is the case,
nepotism, etc.
but how could it?
Yeah, but the government wouldn't acquire land for NS.
I have a belief, right? Well, I mean, we know the government acquired land on behalf of Sandals, and they said it would be less messy if they did it, because the landowners would have to sue the government as opposed to Sandals. But I don't know whether the government was ever actually paid by Sandals for that land. Right?
It'd be easy for them to come out and say,
Huh?
Yes, I was.
yeah.
But they never did, huh? They never kind of clearly showed that they were paid. I would hate to believe that's the case, and if that is the case, I mean that was a huge boo boo, like publicly, for Storm to come out and say it if it's the same land.
Must not be.
Is there?
It can't be, because that would be
That'd
too blatant.
Is there any way you could ever say yes or no? I guess
Well,
we'll
I mean,
never
the
know.
title would show who it belongs to today.
So
So presumably Andrew John
we had
at some point will reveal who owns it right now. But
That'd
when he
be
made that
interesting.
statement, he must have known who owns it now,
Interesting.
because he said one man.
Interesting. Interesting.
What do you think
what if-
95 acres goes for in Beckwith?
I'm not going to ask you that. What is it going?
Well,
rate
the
for that?
government was selling it for, wasn't it something like anywhere between 10 and 20 US per square foot? The land that they were selling.
I feel like you
So-
can't get land for that price in Beckwith.
So 95 acres
I think
is
that's
what,
like
95
prime,
times
yeah.
what, 44,000? 95 times 44,000 times that by, let's say 20 EC, because you're buying volume.
Okay.
That's 83 million.
I could see why the government couldn't afford it.
Yeah.
I could see,
Yeah.
I could see why the government
Yeah.
couldn't afford
And
it.
even if you
Yeah.
cut that down to
I think
$10,
Conrad made a good call there, man. We can't compete with that.
You can't compete with that, man. That one man, whoever that one man be, but abracadabra. Yeah, you on. Could see why the government couldn't afford that money. That's real money.
I mean,
even if you cut that down to $10 a square foot, because it's bulk, still 40 something million dollars.
yeah.
Yeah, still could see the government couldn't afford it.
So it would be interesting to see what was paid for it.
I think it would be more interesting to see
If-
whose name is on the title.
Whose name is, but what they paid for it, because remember, government in a subtle way has a power of coercion. Huh?
Yeah.
Not only can I force you to sell it,
Force you to
I could almost dictate the price as well.
Yeah.
Because remember, I could wrap you up in arbitration and legal things for forever.
and you
yeah?
never,
Forever.
ever see that money.
So
So do you want to do this the easy way?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Or you want to
and-
go to Marcus you free those ways.
and particularly if you're selling it because you need the money, or maybe you're old, or maybe you want to clear it up before you pass.
Yeah.
I don't know what the actual. I from what I understood was that the owner was elderly.
A lot of money, but that is a lot of pesos. That's a lot of coin.
So
Dinero.
it's. I mean, it sounds like it needs to be investigated.
Oh, well, I can see one man, a retiree, coming back home with
It
the
sounds
millions.
like they have been investigating.
No, I can see
Yeah.
one man owning that, man.
You can see
Well,
one man on
if that scenario were happened to turn out to be true, would the owner have any kind of recompense, any way to
Recoup?
to recoup what?
to recoup their land?
You've already sold it, no?
I'm not going to say
Well, it
anything.
depends under what circumstances it was sold. Huh? if it was sold as his national product and we must buy it, and by the way, you owe me
This
you
much in
owe me
property
property taxes, etc. on it.
Ay, ay, ay.
It's definitely worth investigating. It'll be interesting to see what further is revealed by the government, by the present government.
I think to start the ball rolling, what they need. Well,
I think
what
it
should
did
be.
raise some eyebrows though when Storm came out with that statement.
Right. So that's what I'm
Right.
saying.
One, it was kind of insensitive. People, I think it was after Soufriere, right?
Something. Yeah.
Soufriere Brewer, 21, April 21,
Yeah.
right? So
Yeah.
it was in that melee after that was when the announcement was made, and a lot of people would have said like two things: why are you saying that now in the middle of a national disaster?
right?
And two, how does one acquire so much land? And then I think we were told at the time it was family land or it was something.
I got married to the
So it'll be interesting to see if it's the same
Had something
land.
to do with the Arabs in Arab investment.
Well, they were talking about Bitcoin, and Bitcoin is going to be the first. But I could never understand the Bitcoin and St. Vincent, because the government has no interest in Bitcoin, because Bitcoin essentially allows you to evade government scrutiny.
Right.
If I pay you in Bitcoin, the government has no way of knowing that.
Right.
There's no record of it. There's no transparency in it.
I remember we had a whole Bitcoin session one
Yeah.
day.
So I thought that in itself was weird, but I don't know, man. If it's the same land, man, that's going to create a lot of
to
questions.
start the ball rolling, if I were
It sounds like that's what he's implying.
Andrew John, I would have just put it up and said, "They're going all level long and back. Listen, this is the name." on
Well,
the title.
I'm going to guess it's not in a. I'll be surprised if it's in an actual name. It'll probably be in some sort of trust
alias or something.
hidden 10
Well,
times over.
Yeah.
But wouldn't that as well signal a flag?
Not necessarily, but the government. Well, it depends who bought the land. Though.
Well, and don't they have a way
if
of
a private
finding that out?
individual bought it from the government or bought it from
Whomever.
from the previous
Original
owner,
landowner.
the original owner. Is it the same person?
Come on, Andrew. Come on, Andrew. Bring out the comments, Andrew. Come on, Andrew.
If you were Storm, would you clarify it? Would you say, look, that this is different piece of land we're talking, and the two are not connected?
If I was Storm, I would just pack my bag and go on a vacation.
No, I mean you would have to clarify it.
Why?
Bing, 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 bing,
Well,
bing, bing.
all right, maybe he doesn't.
Why?
But I would have thought you would want to. If presumably he wants to attract investors to whatever project he's doing down there, right?
Yes, think.
And you may have problems attracting investors if there's any cloud of suspicion over it.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, so you may, that part may want to be clarified.
I still like
Plus also he may need government assistance in duty free and et cetera, if you're doing a big development, right?
Okay. I still like my
Sandals
bag,
wanted it, Marriott would want, what I mean? And any serious investor is they're always looking for concessions, right?
Okay.
So you got to have some sort of relationship with government in order to
with this government.
with any government,
Whichever government.
yeah, whichever government.
Okay. All right. You're going to talk about yourself. Come back. All right.
Captain Lounge is open.
Yeah.
Grab your breakfast this morning, including your patties, sausage rolls, quiche, and so much more. They're open until the airport closes for your convenience.